why people have affairs, and how to deal with it. There is a frightening statistic that 70% of marriages experience an affair throughout the relationship. While some couples can work through this and build upon their relationships, others lead to separations and divorces. The childhood baggage, lack of maturity, and distress that leads to affairs cannot be quickly fixed without professional help and time investments. Although we might not consider some of the reasons for cheating as unreasonable, here are why people have affairs and how to deal with them. Number 10. Ego boost. There are relationships where one partner begins to feel undervalued or underappreciated. This makes them feel less beautiful, and their sexual currency begins to drop. If you have seen HBO's Insecure Season 1, you know that Issa D cheating on Lawrence was a feeling stuck. She kept asking if they would keep sitting on the couch with no plans. In addition, we found out that he missed her birthday and the birthday plans when they practically lived together. In that situation, someone else making your partner feel desirable and special can give them the boost they need. Feelings of low self-esteem can be directly addressed in the relationship. Sometimes you only notice them when someone else starts treating you right. Familiarity breeds these unmotivated moves, and you can draw your partner's attention to your feelings. That way, you can renew commitments to each other. Number 9. Unsatisfied sexual needs. Sexual energy and desire are bound to dwindle over the years. As you progress as a couple, demands in the world could make it less. While one partner might understand it, another might feel starved. Variety in the bedroom becomes stagnant, which is a recipe for infidelity. Lower sex drives, frequencies, and unsatisfactory sexual activities from erectile dysfunction or other medical issues could lead to an affair or multiple. The couple can introduce an open marriage policy to bridge the sexual satisfaction gap. Other practices like swinging are healthy for both partners to see their partner and visualize what they need to do better. Number 8. Escape from reality. Some people pretend to have another life in their affairs. When they go dining, they are entirely shutting themselves out of the reality they have to deal with. The average person has bills, chores, children, and work to focus on when they are home. However, they can only enjoy the luxury of being well taken care of on their dates, and it is a nice feeling. There are needs affairs satisfy, and a trip out of reality could be a good one for many people. This type of affair comes as one where people desire to get away, an imagination of what that desire is, and a deception that it could be possible to do it. They are not cheating for the person or companionships, only the thrill of being the center of attention. This fantasy affair would not happen if the couple could find that spot and schedule romantic times. Number 7. Fallen in love outside the relationship. It can happen that one partner has fallen in love outside the relationship. People are scared to admit that it is possible to be in love with more than one person. There are situations where different partners offer different things to you. Therefore, the office flings, the weekend gym flirts, and the bar attendant's casual way with words could lead you to fall in love despite being already in a satisfying relationship. Spontaneous attraction can follow once the existing friendships move to become emotional closeness. There should be a guide to how flirtatious you can go. People who want to keep their relationship should always leave the other relationships at distant fondness once they reach out and get emotional with them. It could be the start of a dangerous road. Remember that you have a relationship to get home to. Number 6. Escape the relationship. The unpleasant conversation you want to end the relationship can be too heavy for a partner. People might know that they are no longer interested in the relationship, yet they will be scared to declare it openly. So instead of talking about how unfulfilling the relationship has become, and you could feel it, physically, they do not dare to tell you, which leads to these affairs where their actions are telling you. We can all tell that it would be easier to communicate with words than with a hurtful gesture like infidelity. So go ahead and say what you feel. Their feelings hurt because you ended things cannot measure how they will think if you cheat, and then dump them when they find out no relationship worked without communication. Number 5. Revenge. Revenge cheating is one of the old tricks. Partners go out of their way to cheat as payback for the other partner's infidelity. Sometimes it could not be infidelity, but some bad blood. If something happens that one party did not like, They could resort to cheating as a punishment. This stems from wanting the partner to know how we also feel. The need for retaliation is something no one can take away from a hurt person. Regrettably, this only makes the cheating partner worse. They damage the prospects of healing and repairing the relationship. In addition, it can be mentally and physically not what they genuinely desire, which could hunt them for long. It is better to leave than retaliate by being someone you are not. If you think inflicting the same pain will make you feel better, the relationship will be more toxic. Number 4. Sexual addiction. Although some people play it as a card when they are caught having an affair, sometimes sexual addiction is the actual cause of infidelity. When people have sexual addictions, they could be in fulfilling relationships and still desire to be with many other people. It is a condition that one partner cannot keep up with. This reason is not something their partner can change or do. It has no bearing on them as individuals. Some of the causes of sexual addiction include powerlessness over sexual fantasy, inability to manage sexual behavior, fixation with sexual imagination, and gradual increase in sexual behavior. Certified sex addiction therapists could treat these. The couple can work through it together and minimize all the factors influencing this addiction. Sex addiction is not different from being addicted to drugs or alcohol, and its consequences could ruin the marriage. The couple must stick together and manage the problem. Number 3. Trade up. The trade-up is when you invest in a younger and more socially acceptable option to your solid partner. This happens when one partner starts making strides in their career that calls for them to make more public appearances and appeal to an audience. They then start feeling like they need someone who looks fit for their new status to carry around. So while they owe some of their success to their partner and can't leave them, they will use infidelity and frustration tactics to get their way with affairs. Trade-ups are unnecessary if you are both uplifting each other. This talk of trade-ups is often to persuade oneself that they could still capture attractive partners if they wanted. In the long term, that same affair could ruin a high-level success. So focus on helping your partner build their career to your level and make the front of magazines together. Number 2. Not ready for commitment. There happen to be a natural desire to explore beyond what we are used to. This phenomenon is why migration and tourism exist. Regardless of how pleasing your immediate surrounding is, you might wonder what you are missing out there. Therefore, when a person has not had many relationships prior, it is natural for them to realize that many other people can make them feel the same way you do. Think of it as high school sweethearts who got married and have been together since. The urge to experience someone else could come at a more potent force. The parties involved can continuously refresh their memories of the visions and aspirations, which led to them making commitments. If they still see themselves doing those things with their partners, they are on the right track and not missing their future for a fling they cannot count on. Number 1. Unsatisfied emotional needs. Honestly, people's love languages differ. Many people cheat because they want more intimacy than they are receiving. Sometimes they love their partners, but they do not feel that they have a channel close to them. When the other person starts giving them the emotional connection they prefer, they become more emotionally invested. They can even begin to criticize you incessantly, develop new interests, spend less time with you, and reduce intimacy. They stop trying to make the relationship work and focus only on themselves and whoever they are texting now. The conversation about love languages is necessary, and the move to do more when you are criticized for the things you fail at. Cheating can break or make a relationship. There have been people who have experienced renewed love after an unfortunate infidelity episode. It is possible to do it when you are invested in the process. It takes energy, money, and time to deal with it, but you will overcome it if you can focus on the good things about your relationship. Relationships are complicated, and affairs place more complications on them in terms of the trust. Therefore, you can remain faithful and honest too. What was the reason you or your partner was unfaithful? In retrospect, could you have done anything different to ensure that the affair didn't happen as a couple? Please share your thoughts with us